Alain, thank you so much for joining me here today at PPIF Europe. Tell me about yourself and your role at Hotel101 Global.
Thanks, Lily. Great to be here and pleasure discussing that with you. Alain Stoeckli, my name, and I lead capital strategy at Hotel101. And Hotel101 is basically a hotel hospitality platform and real estate investment platform with three pillars. And the first pillar is we are an asset-light business model in a sense that we don't own our hotel rooms, but we basically sell them to individual and retail and institutional investors. And the second pillar is the uniform room model, means each and every room across the world will be exactly the same in terms of fit out, in terms of amenities. And the third pillar is really coming from the fast food world, which is the parent company of Hotel101 back in Asia, from the Philippines, the same group that owns Jollibee. Everything is about size, scale, efficiency, and therefore also the global rollout that we are planning. The hotel group has been in operation for 9 years in Asia, highly successful, and therefore has now projects underway, amongst others, in Spain, in Japan, in the US, and very soon in 25 other countries over the next 3 years. And we have just done a NASDAQ IPO as well back in June with a 2.4 billion valuation. And my role is really to diversify funding sources in a sense, find additional joint venture partners or developers that we can work with, and also having done equity deals in the past, only accessing the debt markets in various capacities, including private placements, one of them.
Amazing. So, as you mentioned, diversify your funding. How does private placement play into that for you?
Yeah, I think there are 3 points that are really differentiating private placements or why we are looking at it. The first one is really certainty of execution and certainty of price, I would say, in addition to speed. I mean, having done the NASDAQ IPO, that takes months and months and roadshows and anonymous investors and everything. Whereas PP is really more bespoke and customized. That's really the first point. Second point is flexibility, and flexibility in terms of, transaction size to specific terms, and what we are really looking for, rolling out our product globally, looking at various jurisdictions or regions that we can also have smaller tranches, so not a 2.4 billion IPO as was the NASDAQ one, but really smaller pockets to support us either with specific projects in specific countries or regional platforms, and that's what we are looking for there. And the third point is it's really relationship capital. Coming from the recent IPO that I just mentioned, which is just anonymous investors, basically. It's really that you build a relationship with a capital partner, ideally not only for one transactions, but as a repeat relationship where you can work together on the platform or the growth of the platform, share your business model or have somebody who understands your business model in details. And if things don't work according to plan, as they sometimes do, you have somebody that you have a direct face that you can talk to and sort things out and discuss things transparently. And I think these are the 3 main benefits and the motivations for us to pursue the PP market as well.
And that relationship building is the key thing here as well at PPIF Europe. What have you gathered from your investor conversations? What are the key challenges that they're looking for?
Yeah, the main challenges is, and also for us not having actively accessed the market yet, it starts way before you start thinking about a term sheet or signing a deal. It's really covering the grounds that you try to find somebody who understands your business model, who is supportive of what you are doing, who is interested in what you are doing. Transparency is key on both sides. Also, obviously, releasing a lot of information about what we are doing, what our plans are, somebody who is able to support and understand that and do due diligence on it. And also not only upfront when you are actually looking at transactions, but I think even more importantly thereafter in terms of really constant communication, not only every 3 months a fact sheet with some updates how the business is going and one annual investor dinner. It should really more a continuous process. Also, I mean, nowadays all the investors expect that in terms of having almost live data or dashboards with real life insights, how the assets is performing, and just somebody that they can speak constantly to, because they also have to report at the end of the day to their LPs and need all these KPIs and metrics for their own purposes. So we fully understand that. Therefore, it's really a two-way street that you work together and grow the business ideally together.
Absolutely. And I just wanted to close on potentially the forecast for the next 5 years. How do you see the market develop?
I think it's a huge growth market. I mean, the private markets in general have been growing, despite the fact public markets are at record high. If you look at it, much is driven by a handful of mega cap companies. More companies stay private, more companies need private financing. We saw in the panel this morning one area which I also believe will grow massively is everything related to asset-based finance or real assets where we are belonging to. So like infrastructure is probably the bigger part, but real estate is kind of a sub-pocket out of it. And we learned that today the market is something like 160 billion a year. My projection is really the market will keep growing, high single digit, if not double digit, over the next 3 to 5 years. And my projection is really being 160 million now, the market will hit 300 million in the next 5 years by 2030.
Amazing. Alain, thank you so much for joining me today.
You're welcome. Pleasure to be here.